Tuesday night. Here at Diabear, that means we are playing Scion's 2nd edition. Our Chronicle, The World at War. Tonight's our 10th session, so we've hit double digits. And as usual, I will be your story guide. Almost said storyteller, but wrong game. Jason from over the Nerd Turtle Network. And with me as usual is Sarah playing Sasha. Eric playing Connor. Rap playing Jaden. Deca playing Talarius. And Duba playing Robert. So I just realized with me actually having an intro now, you just saw all their names and who they were playing, so I really don't have to say that anymore.
Oh. Commercial also played through most of it, so I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, it really did. Commercial.
Oh, the auto commercial.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta set a timer, like at least a 3-minute timer before you begin, and then everyone will be able to see the intro.
It's like literally takes up the entire intro time.
Mm-hmm.
So
just for next time. You got an intro. That's good. Just next time.
Well, anybody that comes and watches the recording.
How about we show it at the end, since the ad decided to eat it at the beginning.
I'll do that.
Bonus intro, outro.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be after the fin screen, then I'll switch back. Just for anybody that's curious. Alright, anyway. So last time we wrapped up with James Dorritz and the Alpha Dogs. Y'all ran him out of town. Though Connor cut something of a deal with him on his way out. You had returned some blackmail materials to a woman they were blackmailing. And then y'all were making plans to release the other two individuals that were being blackmailed by the Alpha Dogs. Had actually been up to criminal, mischief. So you were going to release that to the public. I don't think y'all actually had yet. Y'all were just making plans.
Mm-hmm.
But also contacted.
Yes, at the celebration of your victory, y'all went out drinking at the Rubicon. Found out the late night clientele is a bit different there. But you met some interesting people, and Jaden's. Would you call her your mother?
Yeah.
Patron? I mean, she created her.
So yeah, Jaden's mother, Artemis, showed up and basically gave her a job to do. Or I guess since it's her mom, it's just a chore. She mentioned somewhere north of Olympus, there was something hunting people. She didn't have much more information than that. Just that it wasn't something she had time to deal with herself. Or maybe she didn't have the inclination to. Who knows? The gods work in mysterious ways. They also slack off in mysterious ways sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, with y'all's freshly named band, and I'm blanking on the name. What did y'all decide to call yourself? I'm sorry.
Ignis Aeternum.
Okay. I remember it translated like Eternal Flame or something, but I couldn't remember the Latin.
And Connor may have dropped a nice little line for the press for that one.
What did I say? No press.
Let's see. Connor, chaos.
Poor Talarius. He's trying to make these guys professional. They're
trying so hard.
They're convinced they know what they're doing, but they just don't.
We have this fancy Latin name, but actually we are all disasters.
One sec. It's the most unflattering angle.
Right up
directly up the nose.
But don't worry, the resolution's not good enough for us to count individual nose hairs.
Good. My phone's not great. Beard hairs, maybe.
All right.
Hi, Scully.
Yeah, she's being needy for whatever reason.
Mom's not giving me attention, Dad. It's your turn.
So anyway, the next morning, Jaden has a text on her phone directing her towards a small community called Allgood.
Apparently not.
Because apparently not all is good in Allgood. It's a really small community up near the Samuel R. McKelvey National Forest. You're talking a population of 50 to 75 people, depending on what time of the year it is. They do a little business breakfast kind of stuff for like hunting in the area and whatnot. Or people may stay there if they're going into the national forest sort of thing.
It's less of a city; it's more of a village.
Yeah, truthfully.
Gotcha.
It is, I believe, technically classified as a crap, I just blanked the word. Crap, a town that hasn't actually done the paperwork to be a town. Help me out here.
You mean like a community?
Something or another. Anyway, whatever. Little bitty place. One of those. It's probably got like a 1-4-way stop. It's pretty well downtown for them. A fair number of the community are actually in like cabins and stuff, a little out from the town itself. And they do have a small post office though.
I think my apartment is bigger than this city combined.
Could be.
Let's go find out who needs us, I guess.
So double the population of that town just by being in the town.
Probably
Look.
less than 50 with all the deaths going on.
Yes, Jason.
Well, not to be that guy, but don't forget the last town we went to in a campaign. That had like 50. They only had like 50 people.
Everyone watch their backs for panthers and stuff.
Yeah.
Crazed Texans.
Crazed Texans.
Well, that's what the one guy was. He was a Texan who had a freaking panther.
If you get attacked, just keep jumping.
I regret that Kitty did not make a second appearance in that campaign.
Yeah.
At our next campaign, we just bring back the coterie.
Absolutely not.
No, the next game will be Hunter the Reckoning, and y'all be trying to kill the coterie.
Oh, don't make me do that.
Anyway, let's get back on track here. All right. So the next day, the email also, in addition to having this information, also said hurry.
The email had a place of contact, or the text had a place of contact, or was it just a city?
It just had the little town's name, unincorporated. That was the term I was trying to remember. Anyway, it just had Allgood's name, and like the Google Maps link to so you could find it.
Fair enough.
All right. Are y'all taking multiple vehicles, or y'all just gonna rent one that'll carry everybody?
How far of a drive is it, like time-wise?
Time-wise, it's going to be probably a couple of hours.
Oh, it's not bad.
Because it's still in Nebraska, but where y'all are... Let me pull up the map to make sure I remember where y'all are at. Because y'all are down around McConnell Lake. It is... Yeah, it's a decent chunk of the state away. Because it's way up north. Yeah, 2 or 3 hours.
And we're probably going to want to take the critters if we're going to be up there doing any hunting.
All right, how many of the critters are you taking?
We're bringing probably both.
Does
Are you counting
Samuel?
I'm counting Samuel as a critter, so I'm like, how many of the critters are you bringing? Both of them? There's 3 of them.
I didn't count Samuel as a critter. Okay.
I'll take Samuel with me.
Taking Spruce.
Group road trip. Yeah, Smoochums is coming.
Okay.
So
Samuel,
we
you
probably
wanna
will
come,
need to.
right?
So it sounds like you're either taking multiple vehicles or y'all are buying a van.
We'll buy a van.
Or I should say renting a van.
Get in the mystery machine.
Ooh, I'm thinking about like one of those 70s, early 80s vans with the airbrushed, fantasy paintings down the side.
Needs to have like a wizard and a dragon.
Only this one's got like all of y'all's deific parents.
Oh God.
No.
Gods, as it were.
Oh jeez.
It's not.
They just play going down the road.
No.
Someone decides to start playing Mastermind. But
Okay, I vote rent van.
I think getting a van is a good idea too.
All right. So you're in a van, y'all pile in, y'all take off.
Oh, Jaden will want to make a pit stop at her place real quick.
Oh, sure. I mean, I've got time to gather your things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going like this with Samuel, just like doing the boxing thing. Where he has his hands up and he's like,
oh yeah, he makes you train every morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's boxing, sometimes it's just working out in general.
Morning or like 1 o'clock?
As early as you can get Telarius up.
At best, 11 a.m.
Well, that's good. Samuel don't like to get up much earlier than that anyway. Alright, you'll make the drive without too much trouble. It's a fair amount of empty space y'all are traveling through, truthfully.
Okay.
So y'all leave relatively early in the morning. You had to get Telarius up very early, but very early for him, but he sleeps most of the drive. It's fine.
Yeah, they do. They'll just be nestled up, and every now and again, Samuel's just like, "Hey," and just crack catches Samuel in the mouth. Truthfully, what Samuel wants.
Good. Oh, he's gonna be ready for an attack.
Do you want me to start doing that? That's kind of like just pipes up. It's going.
At me or him?
Yes.
No. I have my guide here. I might as well make use of him.
Samuel turns to you. He needs to be able to trust his band at all times. I wouldn't want him to, be hanging around a member of his band and be worried about an attack. And then he goes for Telarius, the back of Telarius' head.
Catch, or I will attempt to catch.
Very good, very good.
No, that's fair. If I swung at them, I might knock them out.
And that's not the point of the training.
Yeah.
I mean, I know them Shaolin guys from your dad's part of the world do some stuff like that to toughen themselves up, but that's more advanced than where we've got to with Hilarious yet.
Fair enough.
They're not quite ready for breaking boards over their heads or whatever it is them guys do.
Got pretty good at I've got pretty good at punching.
I mean, I don't know. Tularius is a little hard-headed.
Said
Oh, hey, it
said the
takes
pot
one to
to
know one.
said the pot's the kettle.
I'm not a kettle. I'm a cauldron. Come on.
So about 2
Still
in the
black.
afternoon, y'all well, I said early, so if y'all manage to get Hilarious up and out the door by 10, probably more like 1.
I mean, we could just physically pick them up and carry them. Or pick them up and carry them.
Yeah.
Connor totally would do that. Just
Of course he
off
would.
we go.
Just go at super speed, phew, into the van.
He absolutely would.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, about 1 o'clock, y'all pull into, y'all drive past the sign for All Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good, turn around. We're going to miss it if we go too far.
So you see the sign, just start coasting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a real big sign. It's a sign. It's got it's in a little like flower bed sort of thing, kind of built up around it.
It's not in a weird Greek font for once.
No, it is not in a weird Greek font.
The whole time we go to Olympus, I just picture like Olympus in like those big Greek letters.
I think this is the opening of Hercules in every store sign.
Oh God.
Honey,
Well-
you mean Huncules?
But anyway, no, it's very, very blocky letters.
Okay.
Just says All Good, and then there's a smaller sign kind of hanging under it that says All's Good and All Good.
A little bit on the irony, but sure.
They weren't very creative, were they?
It's a very small
Maybe it
town.
was all good when they made it.
So driving down the main street, you come to the 4-way stop,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't see any
Take
people.
Take it all in.
You can see the small post office. It's a small brick building. There's a cafe. The closed sign's in the door.
Is it like where there's heads popping out of residences, just like looking at us, like new people coming in, like who the hell are
No,
they?
you've seen nobody.
Nobody.
Uh,
Is this a man?
you realize there's a home. One of the homes you can see. You realize the front door looks like it's open. Or actually, it looks like it's hanging off one of its hinges.
All right,
That's
this is getting very
concerning.
Silent Hill. Let's go.
Silent Hill.
No, it's very flat.
Yeah. Read. Play a video game, please. As they like urge the vehicle on.
Does
All it needs is mist.
looking around, does Sasha see any ghosts, spirits, shades, etc., etc.?
No. I mean, it's 1 o'clock, so
Yeah. Well, the ghost spirits
ghosts in
and
the
shades
noonday
are
sun.
sleeping.
Is not so much a thing. But
Yeah.
All 20 people in the workforce are probably at work.
Except for the cafe.
Um, Hilarious will ask if we could go by that house with the hinges almost off. That's concerning.
I just picture all of us hanging our heads out the window, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm
Give me a
going
second,
to
really.
assume that Robert is driving since he usually drives.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's the responsible adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the only one with a 9 to 5 job.
Well, I mean, that's the sad thing when you think about it. Is he is the only one that actually has somewhat of a stable job.
Yeah, he's the only blue collar worker in the group.
Yeah, because he works for himself.
Yeah.
I mean, Connor does have one, but yeah.
All right.
The rest of us just gremlins.
All right, Robert. So Delirious has made a request to stop by that house with the busted-in front door.
I mean, if they pass it, he'll kind of do a 3-point turn, swing back, like, oh, all right. I'm kind of concerned. Gee, what was hunting?
We don't know.
We don't know. She just says something up this way was hunting people.
Well, clear evidence enough that something is. I'm regretting to know what may be there. Well, okay. We can try.
Did she say how many people it had already hunted?
No.
Oh,
All right,
that's lovely.
Well,
All right, out we go, y'all. Hilarious will wait for Robert to park and then get out. Snap their fingers and the GoPro turns on. Because I can do that now.
Is it strapped to your forehead?
They have a helmet on.
Safety first.
It's like a baseball helmet or a batter's helmet.
So it's not like at your shoulder or something.
Nah. You need the first person view.
What they
Camera
need are
angles,
those
come
glasses
on.
that record.
Yes, they'll probably get something like that at some point. At least to be a little more subtle.
Yeah. Helmet with a camera strapped to one, not so.
Yeah.
Well, the camera's not that big. It's just if you look at Hilarious's forehead, you're gonna see it.
But also helmet.
Mm-hmm.
In a non-helmet situation.
Are you sure this is a non-helmet situation?
We're about to find out. Sasha's following against her better judgment. Keeping an eyeball out for anything pinging magical.
Yeah, Connor's gonna follow along too, because the band's doing silly things.
All right. Well,
Jaden's gonna go
Smoochums.
to the-
So Smoochums
How
climbs
far-
out with Sasha. Spruce would follow Jaden.
How far is the house from the cafe?
They're on opposite corners of the four-way stop.
Okay. Jaden's
It's
gonna
like-
go have a closer look at the cafe while they go into the house.
It's almost across
So you're
town,
splitting
considering
the
the size
party?
of this town.
I guess
He
it would
says-
be splitting the party.
Says rubbing his hands maniacally, grinning.
rubbing his gritty story guide mitts.
No, I just put some lotion on my hands when y'all weren't looking. That's all.
He wasn't doing this.
No, I was doing that. Totally different. All right, so Jaden and Spruce start across the street to the cafe.
Does Samuel come along?
Yeah, he would follow you.
Okay.
Uh,
Come on, Sam. We're checking something out.
Sam pulls both guns. He just looks at this whole town sus.
You're not wrong.
I've seen too many movies that started like this.
Yeah, I've got a bad feeling about this too. Let's continue.
Of course, last time I was in a town this quiet, the plague had just come through.
let's not roll out the plague, but that's not quite a hunt.
No. The plague, you'd have bodies laying around anyway. They'd be
Oh,
dropping
fair.
faster than you could bury them.
Good to know.
How old are you?
That's kind of a rude thing to ask, isn't it?
It's a little bit of a faux pas.
I never said I was polite.
That's fair.
Let's just say I was around the last time the Black Plague hit Europe.
Fantastic.
Though Gramps had stories about when it hit Constantinople in the 700s. That was pretty bad too. I don't think it was worse than what we went through.
It's not a competition.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah. Whatever. You're right. We need to focus. When y'all get up to the porch, Sam tells you he's going to stay outside on the porch. If there's somebody inside, him walking with both pistols probably freak him out. But he doesn't think there's going to be anybody inside.
It's pretty self-aware of you. I appreciate that.
I'm experienced. That's why I was sent to you as a guide.
Thanks. Clicks on the flashlight.
You go inside, none of the lights are on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's day, so it's not just completely dark inside. There's light coming through the windows.
Just making sure.
As you walk to the front door, you realize it's basically a waiting room. You realize this was clearly a house when it was built. Someone has converted it into some kind of business. A couple glances around, you realize it's like a small doctor's office.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to just introduce ourselves? Do we want to
Introduce ourselves to who?
well, like this? Hello? Anybody here?
Apparently, there's no one there. You get no response
shot.
anyway.
Tell Ares to start looking. They're gonna. Where is it? They're gonna point the light at Sasha and be like, "Fortissimos, help me look." Just
When he says those words, something's different about the light for a second. But you can't put your finger on what. Though you do know, You do know that the flashlight period is
Magical item. It's kind of like squints her eyes, like, shine flashlight into my eyes.
it was calming in the second that it was, a different color.
Sure.
Just goes back to using it as a mundane flashlight.
She will assist in looking around the doctor's office. Does it look ransacked or anything, or just like everyone got up and left?
So as you step in, there's a seating area. You have the typical kind of window where you interact with whoever's on the other side. That all looks fine. As you explore the rest of the house, you find like if you're looking from the street, the front of the house, kind of the back left corner.
Mm-hmm.
The room on that corner, the window has been busted out, and that room is trashed. There's blood around, but you don't see any bodies.
Glass like busted going out, or something came in.
There's some glass on both sides. More of it seems to be on the inside.
Okay. Any blood on the glass, like where something, like a body came in versus a brick?
No.
Okay.
Oh, did we lose a Deca?
We
Wait,
lost a Deca. I think we regained a Deca.
It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about me.
Um. Well,
Well,
well. Are we both in the same room?
yeah. What happened?
Something thought was something else. Rock was thrown in, maybe. Just around like for a rock or something that could have been thrown in. Something that looks
Is
out of place.
it broken in or out? I didn't catch that because thing.
Think broken in. There's
Okay.
some. If you look out the window, there's some glass on the ground out there too, but more of it seems to be inside.
And no blood on the glass.
No blood on the glass.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where are the blood concentrations in this room?
There was a bed. There's some blood around it, and
Uh-huh.
then over close to the door, y'all just walked through.
Are there any kind of like marks, like something was trying to get through the door? Like it was kept in here or something? I don't know.
There's some blood splatter on the door, but no actual damage.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now, cutting back. Now, let's see. You two went into this place. Samuel standing outside. I assume Smoochum's in there with you. And he's walking around sniffing at the blood.
Oh yeah, probably having a grand time.
You're pretty sure the second you're not looking at him, he's gonna roll around on the floor.
Yeah, or lick it or something. Who knows?
He's a crocodile. He can't really lick. He's got a crocodile's head. He can't really lick.
Kind of like rubs his nose on it.
This is a crime scene. Blood's probably important.
So Jaden and Spruce were walking across to the diner. Where are Connor and Robert going?
I think Connor was going with Talarius and Sasha.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just doesn't have anything to add to it because he's not an investigator. He's just kind of keeping watch, basically.
He's just standing there bored, waiting then to figure out what it is so he can go hit it.
And
Basically,
Duva
yeah.
being a dark silhouette, Nas.
All right, Duba, where is Robert going?
Let's see. You said the cafe was just right across the street.
Mhm.
Yeah, he probably would have just been like, "Well, they got that, and if anything happens, I won't be too far away." So he gets up and he goes to investigate the cafe.
All right. So you're trailing behind Jaden and Spruce.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach the cafe, you notice the blinds are closed. As you walk up to the front door, you see there's a lot of scuffing and scratching. The front door's taking some damage. The glass is cracked, and through the glass you can see that looks like there's furniture piled up in front of the door.
Jaden's gonna look at the scratches on the door to see if she can figure out what made them.
Okay. That sounds like a role that would involve your intelligence and
Survival, I'm assuming.
I'm thinking survival. You're probably right. Survival is probably the one.
My intelligence ain't that high. My survival is. So for the best. 1 success.
Hey,
All right, 1 success. Definitely animal claws. Probably a cat. Just based on the number of digits. But there aren't cats that big in this area. Nebraska has mountain lions, but this is looking more like something that would be at least. It would at least take a tiger. Well, you think it's a little bigger than tigers. You're not, of course, very familiar with tigers, but you think it's even bigger than that. Definitely bigger than a mountain lion.
mutated ocelot.
Exactly.
Apologies as I crack open a cold one with the boys.
I don't see any orcs.
She'll look at Rob and be like, well, this is something bigger than even a lion.
It's werecats.
Not like Hanthrop.
And you said the glass was broken?
It's cracked.
She's gonna try to walk around, see if there's a back entrance.
You walk around to the back. There is the back door. The trash cans are out, behind the building. Where the front door was glass and metal, the back door looks like it's wood. It's also been scratched up some. You can't tell if it's reinforced like the front one was, but.
She's gonna try to see if she can at least open the back door.
You go for the handle. The door's locked. You rattle the handle a little bit. When you rattle the handle, though, you hear somebody shuffling around inside, or you hear some kind of noise, something moving around inside.
Hello, anybody in there?
Who's out there?
Just somebody coming through town. What's going on?
You start hearing furniture move around. A door opens and there's a middle-aged lady standing there. She sticks her head out. She looks both ways. Come inside. It's not safe out on the streets.
All right.
And then she sees Spruce. Screams at the top of her lungs and slams the door shut.
Yeah.
You hear other people inside asking her what's wrong, and she starts sounding borderline hysterical, talking about a three-headed dog out there.
He won't attack. I promise.
You hear a man's voice now. Sorry, man, but we've been dealing with some unnatural stuff around here, and if what Kay here is saying is true, that sounded pretty unnatural.
But he won't attack you. I promise you this. Unless you come after me, I know for a fact he will not attack you. Just let us in. We want to know what's going on.
We can answer. If you've got some questions, we can answer those right now.
Oh, what's going on?
Some kind of critter has been killing people. It tore into one of the cabins outside of town and got a fellow named Roy that comes through here and hunts every now and then. He doesn't live here in the community, but he's here regularly. We know him. Then another family was attacked that lives outside of town. After that, we sent Bull out to see if he could hunt it down. He made it back, but he was mauled pretty bad. He was laid up over at Doc's, and that night we heard a terrible racket over there. And when we went to check it in the morning, him and Doc were both gone, and Doc's back room was wrecked.
Well, that's not good. Silly question, but where is Doc's place, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it's just a catty corner from us.
That's where they must have went to check out. Because remember the door?
Yeah, the door was left wide open, and that was just kind of very peculiar. Well, I say wide open, it's off its hinges, pretty much. It didn't look like that door was going to stand much
we
more.
had to force the door, and that top hinge gave out.
Well, to be fair, that's actually why we came around. We've been sent here to investigate what on earth was going on around here.
How'd you
Really?
find out about it? The power's been out, and we never get good cell service around here, so nobody's been able to get word out.
Well, my friend here, her mother happened to be passing by recently, from what I can understand, and noticed something was off. So she asked if we would be kind enough to just, come check on everybody, see what's going on.
That sounds mighty nice of you. Who was her mother? Was it somebody that comes through, stays around here to hunt, or?
Yes, sir. She's a hunter of sorts. She hunts all over the place.
Oh, what's her
So-
name?
Robert kind of nervously that's your cue to say something to me.
Metagaming pigeon. Gods exist in this world. It's not weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's plenty weird. It's just not impossible.
Yeah. Artemis,
You hear a whispered conversation inside. Do you think they mean the Artemis? Well, she does have a three-headed dog. That's from the same stories, right?
Different chapter, but
What's that?
different chapter, same book.
Yeah.
Where are you folks from?
Olympus.
You hear a new voice now. Somebody talking about yeah, they saw somebody on the news that had, some kind of freaky dog down in Olympus. Gradually, the door cracks open. You see a fella probably about the same age as the woman. Would you be terribly offended if we asked you to leave your dog outside?
No, it's fine. She'll look at Spruce and just be like, stay on guard.
He goes on alert. All three heads look in different directions. And he opens the door all the way up and kind of gestures for you and Robert to come in.
They'll head on in.
Mm-hmm.
You get inside, there's 5 people sitting around in the kitchen of this diner. The fellow that lets you in introduces himself as Brant Carpenter. The woman you saw initially is his wife, Kay.
Brant?
Brant,
Oh.
yes. B-R-A-N-T, Brant.
Okay. And his wife's name was what?
He called her
Kay.
Kay, though her the name tag on her shirt actually says Karen, but let's face it, nobody named Karen these days wants to be named Karen. So
Yeah.
Unless they actually live up to the name.
Okay.
There's another fellow, 20 or so. He introduces him as Jeff. And then there is Debbie and Valerie Hogan.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Do you have a working car? You took the cars out first.
Yes, actually, we rented a van to get up here, so we've got space.
How many of you are left, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we know there's the 5 of us. Chet runs the post office. We haven't seen him. Though his house is outside of town, so he could be out there. There's another, 5 or 6 families that live here, just right around here, and then everybody else kind of scattered out in the surrounding community. People with small farms or what have you.
All right. Well, if anything, I guess we can look into the other families and see if everybody's all right. If nothing else, anyway.
What time did they start attacking?
I guess it was 3 days ago. No, it was 3 days ago when we sent Bull out to track down whatever had attacked that family, and forgot what I said the guy's name was, Roy. We figured it was a mountain lion or something. I mean, they don't usually come out here and bother people, but Maybe maybe you had one that was sick or something. But when Bull showed back up, he was he's in bad shape and he was rambling and I mean he said it was a big cat, but Doc said the the claw marks. He didn't know animals, but he said size wise he'd expected to have been a bear or something rather than the cats we have around here.
This is a bit nerve wracking.
Jay be like, yeah, I was looking at the marks and it's definitely bigger than a cat.
Yeah, if y'all got a van, we can I guess we could load up in it. But not if we wanted to look around for anybody else. At that point, Jeff speaks up. I think we should all clear out. And then send the authorities back in force to look for everybody else. Because we're not going to fit everybody in one van.
It's true. If there is any more survivors from these attacks, it's going to be almost impossible to get all of us in there these comfortably.
I mean, thank goodness the two of you brought a van with you, though.
There's a few more of us, like I said, they're across the street. Actually, on that note, Jane, if it's alright, I'm gonna head over there and see how they're handling it. You'll be alright?
Yeah.
Alright. And he'll just probably ask whoever barred the door if they did to just let them through.
Yeah, they had not pushed all the furniture back yet, so he steps over, just unbolts it, and lets you out.
Thank you. And he at this point, Robert just kind of starts doing a light jog to get across the street real quick. And doesn't really pay attention to the fact which the door is off the hinge. He kind of leaps on to the porch, trying to rush in.
Alrighty. Give me a... Let's see. Cunning. And... You know what? Just give me a cunning roll.
Okay. I think I'm going to have this set up right, at least I hope. And here we go. Nope.
Hey, momentum!
Y'all have enough momentum.
Yeah, now we have more.
Yep.
Alright, I'm adding another
one.
What is your... So your defense is a 1, I believe?
Oh, I don't like this is going.
As far as I know, so... Well, hold on. Where is my character sheet? Look back in.
Sure, it's fine.
And what's our defense again?
Alright, your defense is a 1 naturally. If you have soft armor, that bumps it up.
Okay.
And you can take a reaction. He couldn't in this case because he doesn't know what's coming yet. But normally you could make a... you could roll just one of your attributes to try to bump up your defense.
I will be right back. Weird noises.
It's probably just a haunted house you're sitting, that's all. Oops. Just a second, I've got the...
As far as I can tell, I don't see a different tag for soft armor, so naturally it's just a 1.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured it was. I think Connor may have soft armor.
Yeah, I think Connor does
something.
for something he has.
Present, yes.
All right. So you were unaware. Robert is unaware anything's happening. And then you see Samuel standing on the porch, and suddenly his head kind of snaps up, and he looks alert. He screams, "Look out!" Which will be just enough warning that you can roll like a dexterity or a stamina to try to raise your defense if you want to.
So just a straight dexterity.
Yes.
Well, I at least get one, so two
Alright.
at best.
So that makes your defense 2, so he has to get 2 successes to make any kind of contact with you. And he got a 9 and a 10, so reroll the 10. Alright, only 2 successes.
Ties go to the player.
Do what now?
Ties go to the player.
Yeah, ties do go to the player, don't they?
Oh, I mean, you could be splitting hairs because at this point the storyteller is a player.
Haha.
No, none of that.
Oh, I
I'm
meant to
just
burn
saying,
attention.
wrong,
Hang on a second. I meant to burn attention on that and forgot to. But I need to get to those points. So I'm going to roll one more dice. Got an 8, so he hits.
Ow.
Alright, take 1 wound.
Alright, so one bruised.
As you are basically tackled by what looks like a mountain lion.
Oh, sweet mother God!
Though unlike
Yeah.
mountain lions, this one's eyes are red. And even at 1 o'clock out in the open, you're pretty sure they're glowing.
Juiced
And
up
it's
mountain
foam
lion.
at the corner of its mouth.
Juiced up mountain lion.
Oh, jeez.
Do we hear a roar from the room in the back? Or anything? Or do we hear like, oh shit!
You would probably have heard Samuel scream, "Look out," because he's right by the door.
Okay.
And then with that having you kind of alert, you would probably have heard Robert. The cat has made no noise yet.
Okay.
And would have Jaden heard it too?
Across the street at the in the back of the building, no, probably not.
No.
I'll look at Sasha, who's not here, nod my head, and run over.
Yeah, Connor's just. He's out the door. There's a fight to be had.
So anyway,
I was getting bored.
it was trying to tackle you. It didn't get enough successes to actually do that, but it did claw you, so you took the injury. It lands on the ground and is like coming around for another attack.
Do we make it out there by then?
Just a second. Samuel the Satyr is gonna take a shot.
I was like, thank God. I was gonna be like, Samuel, do something. What the fuck?
Samuel rolled. Let's see. There's a 6. That's not a success. So that's a 4. That's not a success. And then those 3 1s are definitely not successes.
Jesus. Just panic shots. And I missed. And I did it again.
Fired again! I missed! Fired again! I missed!
Yeah.
This went on for several hours.
That's basically what just happened.
Wait, we got more momentum?
Yes, you got a momentum. for
Samuel
me
is not a
because
character.
Aw,
He's not a member of the band.
it's just a roadie.
But Robert got attacked by a mountain lion with glowing red eyes and foaming out of the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Super mega rabies.
Yeah. I called it a juiced up mountain lion.
All right. Now, Connor, you can go racing outside.
He's out.
Now, do you have your legend imbued somewhere?
No, I have both of them still stored.
Okay, so you don't have to imbue that for your
Speediness.
the speediness, the
No,
devour wind,
he's-
whatever it is.
Heavenly Stride, I do have to imbue a legend to use, but that's to him literally move faster than the eye can see.
Okay.
He's just going really
Um,
fast.
With Epic Dexterity, I figured just to use the Esoterica, as they call it, or the minor powers associated with a purview, that he just moves fast.
But that's like sprinter fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely enough that you get out of the house without, very quickly.
Yeah.
You run from the back room, through the receptionist's office, you jump through the little hole in the wall, and then out the door.
Just to ultimately show off.
Basically, yeah.
Parkour!
Show off when there's nobody watching.
Uh-huh.
Because
Why not?
Dad could be watching.
He could be. He absolutely could be watching.
So you run out the door. Samuel's sitting there with both pistols just going.
Mm-hmm.
In general, gotta go fast.
Yeah.
Robert is like holding one arm, and you can see his sleeve's been sliced, and his cat is on the ground, turning around to come at him again.
I would like to attempt to
I'm gonna take a swing at the
Superman.
cat.
Yeah.
Now with the gunshots going off, now can that be heard?
That you hear.
Yeah, as
Out
Connor,
the back of the door.
Connor will pluck the staff out from behind his ear. He'll expand out to full combat mode, which basically, once it extends fully, it goes from like an iron staff into like almost black granite with it sort of looks like flowing magma underneath it, like within the cracks
Cool.
of the granite, and he'll just swing at the cat.
Liquid magma.
All right.
Okay.
I would also, at some point, probably after Connor, like Superman punched the lion,
Well, all right then.
if it's still up.
All right.
That's what, 8 successes?
That's 5 successes. Plus...
All right. Its defense is 3.
Okay. That's 2,
Tougher little bastards.
3.
They're tough little boogers, yeah.
I think he learned from last time when we kind of one-shot his dude.
That's one.
Well, they were going to get tougher anyway.
Yeah, but
Well, no, the Alpha Dogs are pretty much mortals with their one little trick.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 5. It takes 3 to hit him, so that gives you 2 to spare.
I get. I'm trying to remember where all my success. I remember calculating this before. I get +1 general, +1 for being on the ground with might, +1 for specialty. I thought I had a 4th enhancement somewhere. Trying to remember what it was.
and that's still 5 successes, even after the deduction.
Yeah.
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 I could have sworn I had a 4th one somewhere.
I think you had it because you activated something, but you don't have anything activated right now. I think that's how we got that high last time.
No, that was because of my feat of legend.
Ah.
Or feat of scale rather.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's just 3. Huh. Oh well. So 8 successes total.
Minus the 3 that it takes to hit, so you got 5 to play with.
So 5. Okay, so
Damage is
hit,
3.
burn 3 for a critical. For an extra damage.
That's right, because you've got the thing where you only have to burn 3, where other people would have to use 4.
Your
Right.
staffing is now tagged as aggravated damage too, correct?
It is, yes. So this is dealing aggravated magical damage.
Bonk.
And I will spend my brain, which is not very, worth much, but I will spend an additional success to trip it by knocking its feet out from under it.
Okay.
That's where the fourth one came from. This is a melee weapon.
Ah, yes.
Okay. So no, instead of doing that, final
Juke
three
cat.
successes. Final 3 successes, extra critical hit. So 3 damage tracks total.
All right. And this one only has 3. So you run out, it's just kind of a whack, 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 whack.
Poke, poke.
Boop, boop.
Yeah, you hear stuff cracking every time you hit.
Mm.
Just to see something, give me a intelligence close combat roll.
Intelligence close combat. Alrighty.
Interesting.
Close that tab. 4 successes. That was 3 10s in there. What the heck?
Yeah, it was.
This thing has there was a lot more resistance to you hitting this thing than it ought to be for just a cat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you can tell it's already not a cat, but
Yeah.
it was tough, almost armored.
Right. Whew. Hey, Robert, you all right?
That'll be all right. Minor scratch.
Sorry, Robert, I got you. Telarius comes in and just like Superman punches this thing. It's already down.
Well, I appreciate the enthusiasm, Telarius. Question. Ow, piss. A question. Anybody found in this building here? Or not yet?
Not yet, but we only went through like one room.
I think we
Right.
went through the whole thing.
Yeah, I just jumped to where the room that actually had something.
Yeah,
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
just a room with blood in the back.
yeah.
When Jaden gets there, she'll kind of bandage up Robert's arm.
Thank you. That's okay. That's okay. Over there in the cafe, I know, I'm bleeding. In the cafe, there's about 5 people that survived so far these attacks. They've got the cafe boarded up as best they can for defensive purposes. Oh,
Sounds good.
This has been going on for a while.
unfortunately, they don't know how many more of the residents are alive at this rate.
Did they know how many of these there were?
No, they don't have a clue at all. They just realized that these animals, assuming there are more of these mountain lions, attack the vehicles and essentially any source of way of getting information out. So they're a lot more intelligent than what they would normally be. So they made it to where the people couldn't leave. At least not easily, if they tried.
Right.
Jaden,
So
at a glance, you know this cat is not big enough to have left the marks you've been studying.
This
one-
isn't what's attacking this area.
Oh, so we're dealing with a summoner now.
I mean, no offense, don't rightly care. That thing had glowing eyes and was foaming at the corners. At this point, I'm just glad it's no longer going for the other arm, let alone my throat. I do understand your mother is, got us at the hunt and all, but still. The fact to which it went for my life, I'm not going to let that go by easy. But anyway. So they mentioned the mail clerk, which I don't know if he's at the post office, let alone if he's at his residence outside of town in his cabin. There's also a few different families out on essentially farms.
There's at least 5 or 6 families in this town, and many more surrounding the town.
Are they all accounted for? Or they don't know.
They don't know.
No.
Well, what I can say is that this thing, from my experience fighting it, it survived a lot of damage. It's a lot hardier than what a cat should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not the ones that left the marks on the door to the cafe on both sides.
Yes. Just,
So
just warning you.
Well, I mean, really, if with its eyes glowing like that, something's got to be setting into more of a primal rage. You think? Something a little bit more, I guess, probably
Devious.
what? Well, either devious or maybe like a more of an alpha type creature. Ah,
Hmm.
I apologize. I'm pulling at straws here. I'm not much on nature, at least animals.
Sasha's gonna kind of give the giant dead kitty a once over. Are there any kind of like markings or any magical items embedded in it, maybe?
No, nothing is triggering your senses. Looking over it, it's roughly the size of a typical mountain lion. It's unusually muscled up though.
Swole.
It is. And the its canine teeth, which are already a little bit larger on a cat anyway, are a little oversized. Not full on like saber teeth or nothing, but they're a little oversized.
Samuel.
Cluck, 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 cluck.
Do they still make knives out of these things? Look at this thing, and they like pull the mouth back.
But it's a good size tooth and all, but it's hardly. I mean, you can make a letter opener out of it, I guess. Nothing you'd want to fight with it.
Yeah. Just putting it out there.
I don't think we're quite at the taking trophies from our kills level.
So
Samuel
Since
looks at
they're-
you almost like he's offended. Hey, it's never too early to start that.
It also wasn't his kill, so
No, it wasn't. I was just.
It was the
using it.
band's kill. If he wants to take the trophy for the band.
Well, anyway,
we'll need somebody to watch the van. So
Why?
because they attacked the vehicles first.
yeah, they knocked out any way for people to get away, such as vehicles or any type of communication, such as the power lines.
Mundane cats can't do that.
Well, no.
Granted, this thing is like red and foaming, but still.
No, I'm
Cats
just
can't do
saying
that.
when those things that are attacking the town come back, they will go after the van.
Hmm.
I don't want to be stranded here.
Oh no, I concur though. Though I'll ask a foolish question. I'm sure the people in the cafe are truly determined to get out of here as soon as possible, and I don't know if it would be wise to facilitate with them and maybe get some people from Olympus, authority-wise, to come up here, maybe give us assistance, or
We
at
are
least
the people from Olympus here giving assistance.
you know what I meant.
The cops
No,
there are not built for this.
exactly.
I will not have
Well,
blood
what about,
of that type on my hand.
what about at least getting the people out of here? If nothing else, I'm
it
gonna.
would probably be more legal tape than we feel like we need to cut through.
It would
Fair
probably
enough.
also ruin the deposit on the van.
The
It'll
cats are
also.
moving people out.
Yes.
I figured. Okay. Well,
Samuel's like, I could always drive them out. Drive the people out just to get them out, and then come back for you.
I mean, if somebody we know is driving the vehicle back and forth, or that's fine. We can do that.
Samuel on the insurance. No.
Samuel, are you insured? Are you an insured driver?
I'm pretty sure the rental agreement thing covers any of us driving.
Okay.
If you ask me if I know how to drive, yes, I know how to drive.
Okay. Do you have like a little license on your, person?
He actually pulls out his license.
Ah, you do.
Birth date.
6 BC. The camera does add so many pounds, but looking good.
again, I concur. I don't want the blood of the police force on my hands either. But I don't want the blood on my hands with the simple fact that these people are just wanting to survive.
Well, then Samuel said he'll drive them out.
That'll work. Uh,
Thank you. I'll let them know. We'll get this arranged for them to pack what they need real quick. Oh, ow.
I'll tell you if I take out something
Sit
worth
down.
praise.
I can at least walk over there. It's fine.
Sit down. I can walk over there. I've talked to them too.
All right.
What makes Bruce make you sit?
He glances at Spruce.
And she will tell Spruce, make sure he stays.
Oh no, he looked at him. He's like, just sits down. Like, nope, I ain't dealing with this.
And when you look over at Spruce, he sat down too because he heard Spruce. He heard his name and see it.
All three heads are just like, oh, what'd I do?
Jaden will jog over and bang at the door.
As you're jogging over, you see one of the shades is pulled back, like they were kind of watching what's going on. You hear the shuffling as they move the furniture, and the front door opens.
Okay. We got somebody that's gonna take you out of the town.
Oh, thank you.
So, grab what you need and get ready to get going. Can you just tell us, or at least tell me, where we could possibly find these other families?
Oh, yeah. Hang on, and Bryant goes back in there and comes out with a map of the area. He unfolds it out. He starts rattling off addresses and kind of, with a pen or with a Sharpie, kind of marking on the map about where they're at. And then over to one side on the map, he actually, he writes the address.
Okay. We're gonna try to see if we can find these families and get them together safely.
Well, I wish you luck. I hate to just run off, but nothing we've been able to do has hurt any of the hurt the big one we've seen. I hadn't seen any of the littler ones.
How many big ones do you know?
As far as we know, it was just the one. Now, Jeff said he had seen something else, some other stuff moving around, but we thought he was just... The boy's a little nervous at the best of times. But maybe he was seeing, the... I guess regular-sized ones. He calls Jeff over and asks him, how many he's seen. Jeff's pretty sure he saw at least 2 or 3, moving around through the four-way, basically.
And are they attacking at night, mainly, or random?
They mostly come out at night. Mostly. I was planning on having somebody say that, since I was planning this one. But anyway,
Mhm.
they haven't seen any of them during the day. But they have heard gunshots during the day from other parts of town. You know, from a street or two over. And they sent somebody out. Somebody volunteered to go out and scout during the day and never came back. So they haven't seen the big one sniffing around during the day. But they haven't really trusted to go out. They were afraid they'd get jumped like your friend there did. And he's been talking to you and marking the map. Everybody else has come out. Jeff's got a baseball bat. One of the Hogan sisters has got like a shotgun. Not a pump, just a little single shot. Looks like it's probably older than she is. They're hustling towards the van. One of the Hogan sisters comes to a quick stop when she sees I was gonna say Samuel, but truthfully, Smoochums would probably freak her out more. But her sister just kind of elbows her. Go, move. I think these folks have got them trained, whatever they are. Samuel tells her, "Yeah, the boy ain't got me house." Or the what did he say? I guess he says nobody's got me house broken yet.
Be right back. Cat pulling blanket off parrots.
Oh
God.
no.
She tries to be quiet.
Sorry, I sit here and think of the fact of which cats and birds living in the same roof.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So they start loading up in the van. Samuel gets the keys.
Before they go off, Jaden will take out she has a bow with her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a special bow?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I just still don't know which one I want to use. Is it a recurve or a compound? It'll probably be a compound bow.
You can get more force with those.
Hmm?
I believe you can get more force with those.
Yep.
And I think they were only invented in like the 70s. They're not, for as old as the bow is, they've not been around.
1960s.
60s, okay. I knew it was relatively recent. I think the recurve was the best you had before that.
Yeah.
Like all the way back to Attila the Hun, we're using those.
Yeah, 800 BC. I'm on a page with archery bows, so I'm kind of reading what they.
I was assuming you had Wikipedia pulled up or something.
Sick mechanical bow. Zoop.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all get y'all stuff out. Y'all load Samuel up. He takes a moment to kind of situate people like he wants them.
Don't come back if it's too dark.
All right. He looks over at Telarius, and kind of all of you, but he's looking at Telarius more. He's paying more attention to Telarius' opinion on this. When do y'all want me to come back? When do y'all want me to be back?
What do you mean don't come back if it's night? That's the best time to hunt. What do you mean don't come back at night?
Because if they attack the vehicle, we're
They're not-
screwed. They
Well,
attack
if Samuel,
the
if
big
Samuel,
one.
if Samuel stays on the vehicle, he can drive it.
Or they
Yeah.
might be fast enough to catch up with the vehicle, destroy it, and kill Samuel.
Yes.
I trust
So-
Samuel not to die.
Thanks,
Then
kid,
the
I appreciate that.
vehicle then the vehicle will be destroyed. We can't afford that.
Get the deposit back. She doesn't actually say that, but
No, I mean come back when it's starting to be morning. I don't want him to come back when it's really dark. They said the big one they've only seen the big one at night.
What are we considering really dark?
When the sun is down.
That's any period of time from like 6 to like 4 in the morning.
Hey, Samuel,
Exactly.
Yeah, Connor.
if it is already past dusk, come back after dawn.
Gotcha. 'Cause let's see, it was 1 when y'all got here.
Took 3 hours. It'll take 3 hours to go back.
Yeah, it would definitely be dark before he could get back.
Mm-hmm.
is there a town between Olympus and Allgood?
Let me bring up Nebraska.
Like
Where
just
did-
somewhere
where did
he
I
could
put-
s-
Where did I
Like
put my
somewhere-
fantasy town?
somewhere they could safely get to.
Let's see. Arthur's too close. Can't pronounce that one.
That's fair. That's fair.
There are some
Heinous?
cities.
It's Hyannis.
Giannis?
Maybe that's it. Or Mullen. Wow, that's a lot of empty space.
It's
It's
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
It's amazing how you
What
get
do
that
you
state.
want?
But yeah, either there or the place called Mullen. Either one of those would be kind of halfway-ish.
Take them to Olympus. Just camp out at Giannis for the evening.
All
I
right.
mean, yeah, he could go to Hyannis and then come back, like once sun's starting to come up.
Sure.
That'll give us time to find a place to settle in for the night.
Yeah, he figures he can find a place to stay there.
It's gonna be okay without like a a human.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
I mean, you walk
I
up
trust you.
up to the desk to rent a room. They only see you from the waist up anyway.
He's also traveling with a bunch of humans. So I have more confidence in him.
All right.
Wow. That city is the county seat for its county and has a population of 182 people.
Again, Nebraska.
Fair enough.
Nobody wants to live in Nebraska. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
It's beautiful, but it's huge and empty.
Yep.
All right. So Samuel takes off. His plan is to run them all the way down to Olympus, and then he'll come back and stop. And then leave out there. Time it so he's not getting back in this area until the sun's good enough. Yeah, he wishes he had some reinforcements he could bring, but he's new to Olympus. He doesn't know who all's running around there yet.
Yeah. Jason, question.
Mm-hmm.
Was that just a juiced up mountain lion or an otherworldly creature? I need to know for one of my deeds.
It was a natural creature that something unnatural had been done to.
Gotcha. Okay, so not completed. I want to make sure because Connor's new long-term need is beat up a creature of legend, basically, or a supernatural creature.
Hmm.
Or,
Yeah, this thing
win
did not
against
have
one
any
in combat.
legend, no.
Gotcha.
All right, so he drives off with your van, leaving you y'all standing there at the four-way. Before they left,
Alright.
Bryant left you with the key to the diner in case y'all need to hold up there at night. He does warn you that while the big one scratched up some stuff and kind of messed around, he said he doesn't think it ever really tried to get in. So he doesn't know if the little fortifications they put up would actually do any good if it was determined to get in.
Gotcha.
All right. Y'all standing there, y'all seeing y'all's rented van disappearing into the distance.
That better not be a bad idea. What do? Wait and just yell at mountain lions?
No, we'll start looking for try to find these other people, at least in the town.
On
Well,
foot? How far out are they from here?
well, that's the unfortunate bit.
She'll look at the map and pick and walk towards the closest location in town.
20 miles.
Like I said, there are several homes in town, or several houses in town that he marked. A couple of them he marked as people he already knew they were out of town before this started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of them are only here during kind of the peak tourist season, such as it is. Some of them only live here during the summer. Because, you know, it's Nebraska. It gets kind of cold.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so you have a few mark. You have a few he doesn't know about. Well, you have a lot he doesn't know about. But he marks kind of the direction that they'd heard some gunshots in overnight one time. But marching to the closest one, one's marked about a street over. You hustle over that way, and it's a one-story house. Got like a 2-car garage on one side. Big front windows. One of them's busted in.
Well, unfortunately, that's not a good sign.
Never is.
Jaden will climb through the busted window.
Cut yourself on the glass.
There's a door. Might be unlocked. Okay.
Hilarious goes through the door.
It's locked. The living room is wrecked. You know, the TV's been knocked over. A couple of the coffee tables knocked to one side. Couch is clawed up. Over by the couch, you see some blood on the carpet. Not a lot. Not like you saw in the doctor's office. Well, Jay did see that, but the rest of you. There's damage to the walls. Jaden would recognize the pattern of like a shotgun blast. There is a door probably leading out to the garage that you can tell it's been busted open from this side. So something in this room busted through into the garage.
And she'll follow it to go into the garage.
You step into the garage. It's dark, of course. Nothing around here's got power. There's some light from a side window and the little windows in the door in the garage doors, but it's fairly dim in here.
Did anybody else follow her into the house? Or are they all waiting outside?
Do you unlock the door behind you as you get in?
Probably.
Okay, so
Okay, then yes.
everybody can be in there then.
Yeah. Connor actually is going to use his staff to extend to launch himself up onto the roof.
She's gonna look behind her. Anybody got a flashlight?
Robert's just going to stay outside with a pistol drawn and kind of stick near the pets.
Okay, but Robert's with the pets. He's not alone.
No.
No.
Just asking.
For no reason at all.
Oh yes, no reason at all to ask if Robert's by himself.
Yeah, Connor is up on the roof,
Just for murder purposes.
maintaining a vigil.
Okay.
So
I will click it on as a mundane flashlight, and then I will shine it as Jaden's leading the way. I'll be like, "Fortissimus," just in case.
So it's a garage. There's metal shelves along, one wall. Against another wall, there's a ping pong table, folded up and rolled over. Dusty and spiderweb covered. Nobody's obviously used this thing in years. I'm totally
Anybody
not,
here?
Totally not describing my parents' garage. There is a attic access in the roof. One of those where you pull it down and it folds down, little stairs or whatever fold down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Usually there'd be a cord, and you can see the little plastic bit that'd be at the end of the cord, but it's right up against the wood.
Is anybody here?
You hear some shuffling up above you. Who's down there?
We're humans. We're humans, mostly.
We are humans. That, attic entrance pushes open a little bit. And you can see somebody's clearly hanging on and kind of sticking their head down.
I hold the flashlight up to them. Not hitting them in the face, but just kind of getting to see who it is.
Hey, Dad, it's people.
It's people.
And the guy saying that, he's probably 13, 14.
Yeah. I'm just pointing out every time someone gets into a social encounter with me, their attitude goes down by 1.
Is down good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It means they're not copping a fit. They're just like, oh. They're just unnaturally happy to see me.
You're calm. You have a very calming influence.
Yes.
So the kid pushes the thing all the way down and starts flipping the stairs out.
Thanks, kid.
He starts climbing down.
I just let's get up there. It's okay.
Oh yeah. He climbs back up.
Just gonna kind of poke Talarius. Talarius is gonna poke their head up and check and see how many people are up here.
All right, you see the 13-year-old boy that lit you up. He's got a. You see what's obviously his dad. The dad is sitting over to one side, with this side of this kind of shoulder and side of his arm all bandaged up. I say bandaged up. It's like it looks like he took his shirt and tore it up to make bandages. He's
Okay.
got a shotgun.
Human flashlight.
He actually wasn't holding it on you when he came up because he already heard the boy talk.
Okay, just making sure.
He goes, and you see a woman holding a younger girl, probably 8 or 9.
Holding a pistol.
No, she'll totally hit you with that little girl if you start anything. So yeah, looks like you have got an entire family up here. From
Three or
where
four
you were in the living room, you recognize them from photos on the walls.
Are you all okay here? Is this sustainable for a little longer?
The father nods his head. Yeah, we should be okay.
You guys
His
got
wife
enough-
interrupts him though. He needs some medical attention. He's like, it's okay.
Look down at Jaden. Jaden, you want to take a look at this?
Yeah,
Make some room to get Jaden up.
and she'll go up there.
Okay. It's an
Yeah,
attic
his arm's messed up.
space where if you hunch over just slightly, you could stand up in kind of the middle because you're sitting there. And, it's just the point of the house.
Mhm.
It's not really a room so much as just a space where they store crap. You see the Christmas tree poking out of a box in one corner. So you climb up there. You see what I've described. Like I said, the dad's over on one side, and he is next to kind of the air vent. Almost like they set him there so they can get some light to work on him. Because that is the only source of light in here.
I'll click the light back on and just like shine it over them.
Where is your first aid kit?
He tells you where it's at. He tells you where it's in the bathroom. He tells you where the bathroom's at. They didn't have time to grab it. The thing just came through the window.
Tell Larry to go grab it.
They'd been hearing some and it's right where he said it was. They'd been hearing some gunfire, so he already had the shotgun handy.
You guys have enough water up here? Food? Last the night?
Well, they've only been up here about a day.
Yeah.
So they were about to have to venture down to see about finding some stuff.
We
Anything
have
in
supplies down here. Yes.
Yeah, if you want to quickly send 1 or 2 to grab some supplies real quick. We
Yeah, the
got
mother
2
gets
people
up,
watching the
kinda,
house.
tells the little girl to, just stay there, and then her and the boy run down and, basically follow Talarius down as he goes to get the first aid kit, and they're filling up.
They go get
They're filling up pitchers
Yep.
with water, and
cool.
grabbing some of their canned foods.
Perfect. And as we get back up, Talarius will give the first aid kit to Jaden, and just kind of like have the light there, like an OR light.
Mm-hmm.
And as Jaden's working, Talarius is gonna say, "All right, we plan on taking out the big one by night's end, so if you can hold up here just one more night, should be good by the dawn."
And and if we can't by the night's end, we will have a vehicle to take you somewhere else tomorrow morning.
Yes.
He goes, "How are you gonna take that thing out? I mean, the shotgun didn't do hardly anything to it. I mean, we managed. I hit it in the face with my second shot, and that seemed to bother a little bit. I guess it got it in the eyes or something. But we just barely got out here and shut the door. And
Was this the big one, or was this one of the little ones?
Sucker was a tiger. The sucker looked like a saber-toothed tiger.
It was.
I mean, it wasn't striped or anything, but
Right.
it was like
bigger
something you'd
than
see
the
in a
mountain
zoo.
lion.
Oh, way bigger than a mountain
Bigger-
lion.
Okay.
We get those around here sometimes, but
Yeah, one of them one of them attacked our friend here, down there. We
I'm
sent
I'm just glad that garage door was so sturdy. You know, it held up long enough for us to manage to scramble up here.
we sent we sent a group of our friends.
Mm.
We sent a group of the people from here out back to Olympus. Um, we don't know if the person driving can come back before everything happens again at night. So, but by the morning, we'll get you out of here if that's what you want.
Oh, definitely. And until somebody can come in and clear all those things out. Jaden, as you're
Yeah,
working on it,
like
you
I
say,
said,
it was a dark colored shirt he used. You realize that the blood is soaked through the shirt that he's been using as a bandage.
Well, with immunization booster, while person is under my care, they are able to recover from injuries.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
that's why I sent the healer up here.
And that's why I took it.
So thanks to your administrations, he doesn't have to worry about
Gangrene.
yeah,
An infection
getting
and
infected or
losing his
anything.
arm.
One of the gashes is actually bad enough that you actually have to kind of stitch it up.
Well, you survived the big one. Perhaps that is something you should count yourself lucky towards.
He's like, yeah. But you said the big ones. Are there like smaller ones too?
Mountain lions.
Well, slightly larger mountain lions. They're like a little,
Musclier, more built.
muscular.
Any idea what they are? What's going on?
No, we just
Unnatural.
got here. Besides it being unnatural, supernatural, we just got here.
Oh, okay.
No, this is unnatural. Supernatural would be a werewolf or something. This is just a perversion of nature.
Nobody in the family is looking reassured by the way y'all are talking. You guys are having a
Good.
matter of fact conversation of unnatural versus supernatural.
Just stay up here and we'll come get you when the sun is already out.
We will get you.
Just please come back.
We will.
Thankfully, it stayed above freezing last night, but you never know when we might have another cold snap.
And
What time of year is it?
Winter.
Sorry.
This time of year.
Okay.
It's been like 48 while y'all been walking around.
Okay.
I checked the temperature in Nebraska earlier today.
With the map, Jaden will definitely do a little marking, and put 4 people so she knows how many people are supposed to be at this house.
Okay.
Mhm.
But once y'all climb down and they pull the door back up, they've assured you they're not going anywhere.
Okay,
Alright.
we're gonna go down. We're gonna check on some of the other houses in the area. Be careful. We will again yell when it's ready. We're ready.
Hmm.
Can we all agree on that? I'm like looking at the little kids and everything too.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Okay. Let's go, Jaden.
She'll of course head down.
There's 4 up there. Family. They have supplies. They should be fine for the night.
Yeah, we also will need to find supplies, so at least have something to eat come nighttime, if we're not fighting.
We'll be fighting.
Connor
How-
from the roof. Did any of them look injured?
Yes, but I got them.
Okay,
What?
nothing. Just wondering if there's anybody injured.
They were gashed, but nothing Jaden couldn't handle.
She'll look at the map and go to the next closest house, marked on the map.
Okay.
Just gonna ping pong like that for like the next few hours until sundown.
The next house you find, there's a lot more blood. And you don't find any survivors.
Oof. We do find bodies though.
No, you're still not finding any bodies.
Huh. All right.
I shall cross out this house.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Are there no bodies? That's weird.
It is. Cats. If they would have eaten them, there still would have been bones left.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Be like one of those. Oh, it was a really cheesy movie I've watched, and people got bitten and they turned into other things. Could they be like
Werewolf?
werecats?
Maybe. I mean, it's a possibility, I guess. Wait a minute, is that what happened to that doctor place? Looked like somebody busted out.
No, they busted in and
They
then
busted in.
busted out. Maybe.
Apparently, they sent somebody out to hunt, and when they came back mauled, and that was the doctors where him and the doctor were at. And then the people in the cafe heard screaming, and then in the morning they went to go check. That's why the door was just hanging by the hinges.
Interesting.
Yeah, they had to bust
And-
in to get there to check.
And we left an injured guy alone?
His
that house?
family's with him. His wife and
He's
two
also-
kids. They're in the attic.
Yeah. Okay, now walk through that statement again.
He's also not injured anymore.
No, I
Oh,
get what
he's
Connor's
still
saying.
injured. He's just been doctored to a little better.
No,
We left them
understand.
food, possibly.
So you're thinking it
Yeah,
might turn
so
into...
Robert gets what I'm saying here. So does Sasha, right? You all get what I'm putting down? Okay.
You're saying he's gonna might turn into one of those.
Yeah, it's possible.
I think
We
we're
don't
thinking
know.
a little too hard about this. We can't just treat them as potential
Can we
targets
not?
immediately.
There's no bodies here. I mean, they're
They-
extremely intelligent. They've disabled, transportation, electricity, communication. That's human level intelligence
Why would they do that
So-
to themselves?
because they're no
Well-
longer themselves.
I mean, think of it like werewolves. When the full moon comes out, they're not really human anymore.
Mm.
Looking at Robert.
I just don't think it's wise to immediately go towards that. I think I need more evidence towards.
Well,
Connor
I
just
mean,
next to the very bloody house with no bodies.
Well, Connor, if
That
you
doesn't mean
want,
anything.
Connor, if you can, because the family's probably not going to come downstairs until it's all clear.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a doppelganger of yourself. If you want
Yes.
to send the doppelganger to watch over said house and be there just in case anything happens.
Well, you do know if he gets hit, he disappears.
Yes,
No,
but
he
then
doesn't
you
hit.
wouldn't know.
That's true, and I can get here really damn fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just need to
Exactly.
know.
Okay. And he will,
I'm just not comfortable saying this wasn't just a brutal kidnapping that ended in bloodshed.
It's
They could
very
have just dragged the body. Are there any drag marks?
It's hard to tell inside the house proper. Once you get in the yard, you find some.
Well, let's be extra precautious. Send the doppelganger over to watch the house.
Yes, that's fair. What's not fair is dragging the father out and doing whatever you were going
none
to
of
do.
us
No.
None
They
of us were
weren't
saying
going
that.
to. What they were saying was maybe separate the father from the rest of the family. Would have been the
Where?
most that would have been done.
There's an empty house there with an attic.
So I got one success, so the doppelganger is made.
All right, so Fo Connor is present.
Yeah. And Fo Connor will head back to that house with the wounded father.
Does he call out to the family and get upstairs, or did he just perch on top of the house?
He will actually. He'll go up and just extend his version of the staff and dunk, dunk, dunk.
No, they let you back up there for all. Yeah. Oh wait,
Well, he
that's
was
right.
never
They
up
hadn't
there
met you yet. Are you with the other folks?
Yeah, I'm kind of their fighter type.
Oh, well, they've
So
already
one
been
hit
here and gone.
gone.
Oh yeah, I know. There's my twins with them.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, what do you need then?
I am here to watch over you.
Oh, okay. They go ahead and lower it down, let you up.
And Fo Connor will sit up there, and he will activate a vigil to keep an eye on the family, so he never has to sleep. He never gets tired or anything. So they are never out of his sight.
Okay.
And Connor will pause as they're walking. He's like, "Yeah, okay, he's up there with them now."
Jaden will kind of try to track the drag marks they noticed.
You lose track of them once they get out on the road, because it's just not leaving much.
Blood. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not like folding grass over or anything. Or is the grass like short?
Not once it gets on the road.
Oh, road.
You
sorry,
find drag
misunderstood
marks
what
where
you
they
said.
drug them through the yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I misunderstood the type of road this was.
So
It's like village. It's got dirt roads, right?
And kind of not a lot of grass during the winter. Things die out. So
True.
Yeah, that's fair.
So something is attacking people and dragging them away?
there's drag marks here. I mean,
Some large cats do that.
they do.
Sasha looking up in the trees like,
All right.
I know you're in there, you piece of shit.
anyone hiding lunch up there?
And then,
That'll be
of
later
course-
when I hit y'all with drop bears.
Oh,
To know.
How many more houses can we see before it gets too dark?
You can visit. You can get to 3 more for sure, and still have time to get back to the diner if that's where y'all want to hold up for the night.
Okay.
Actually, on that note, Robert's going to glance over to Connor. Do you think the diner would be a good enough fortification, or do you think we need something different?
Say we just go
I
in the
mean,
middle of town and
it's-
be like, "Come at us, bro."
It's fortified-ish. I mean, given I don't know a lot about giant cats of mythology, but most mythological creatures, if this is one, would go right through those walls.
But it.
Well, sorry, I think I could help if you want something better. But that's only if you want me to take the time to do it.
Oh, I know
mean,
what you have because I looked at those too.
it's possible.
Okay.
Couldn't
mean-
hurt.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt. Let's at least have it as a backup. We should at least. I mean, someone else was using the diner as fortification before,
Yeah.
so it's also so we can certainly do that. But let's do like a examination of the place first to make sure. And if we find anything that would show it as compromised or unsafe, then we can try your idea.
We
Sure.
want to do it while it is still light.
So, did you want to go with him or?
It's up to you, Con.
So you can guys at least have a look at it.
I
No
mean,
one
if-
go alone.
Ready? Oh, that's what I'm saying. Robert and Connor go together.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
they got the two lovely critters here. That's at least 5 of them. We can at least get ready for the night just in case.
Fair.
Besides, if you hear anything or if they scream out loud enough, you can get there far more faster than I can.
Very true.
But that leaves you alone. And you've
Well,
already been attacked once.
Just use your gun next time. Just use your gun.
oh no, he has it in hand. He's like, oh no, don't worry. This time I will be prepared.
Got caught lacking the first time. Never twice.
What is your idea anyway, Robert?
I've been doing some research and I've been realizing that I have a potential to do something, and all I really need is just a little bit of bare ground, and I can pretty much make you about anything fortification wise. Well, say if you wanted a whole other small building or whatnot, wouldn't take me but a few minutes to just slap one up.
You've been hiding that from us?
Well, we haven't
Sorry.
really needed it in the last.
I was about to
Potential.
say I've been doing work and there's been no need to erect an entire building for said purpose.
I mean, if we could have a custom-made building with whatever fortifications we like.
Yeah, like I said, just give me a few minutes and I just need a little spare patch of ground and I can bring up an entire building. Trust me, it's been making contracting work so much easier.
I can imagine.
Record times.
Yeah, the customers are generally happy with the speed.
And I only need me.
The building inspectors are a little suspicious, though.
A little bit.
Well, I personally don't have a problem with you just slapping what is effectively a fortress down. Yay, nay, anybody else?
As long as he's not by himself.
I mean, like I said, if there's a better spot in town you'd rather go besides the diner, just give me a direction.
What if we just fort it up in the middle of town? Can you take it down as easily?
As far as I know, I can. Well,
Just put
Would the middle of town be a bare patch of earth, though?
it's the main street, the 4-way street, just right in the
It's-
middle of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Covered
that's
in
not
car-
bare earth, that's paved.
yeah. So we'd have to kind of go out of this town.
You
Yeah.
could
Oh.
use somebody's
Fine,
yard.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted, I'll tell you what, if you wanted to spend one of your momentum points, I'll say somewhere in the general vicinity of where of this area, there's a vacant lot.
It's like a big ass garden in front of the diner.
deal.
Got 1 momentum. Might as well spend it. Somehow we have to go through like 6 more points of momentum anyway.
Let's not.
Guys, I'm gonna use like 11 points of momentum for this roll. You get
Burning
it?
the momentum pool should not be a goal.
Well, if we burn half of it, don't we get XP for it?
We-
Yeah,
we
but that's
get
a lot of
one,
momentum.
But that is like when we had like 2 or 3 more feasible. We have 11. That is burning 6 momentum. That is a lot of momentum to regain.
I'm just saying.
Jason,
As
do it.
you
Do
know.
it.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. Y'all will start spending those momentum points when I start spending all the tension I've got.
Yeah, that's why I said let's not.
Uh,
Yeah.
I know what tension does.
So anyway,
But,
there's a
yeah.
vacant lot. From the spacing, there was probably a house here. You know, maybe it got condemned, or maybe it burned or something, and nobody had built back. You know, it's from the dock's place. It's a couple of houses down, but essentially from the dock.
All right. Well, the way it words is make a creator's skill roll, and with any successes you create small building, structure, or monument in a matter of minutes, which grows from nothing but rock and dirt.
You could have used the asphalt. Asphalt's rock.
The fact that it
Well,
says,
yeah.
I
It just
don't.
says which grows.
It's also tar. There's also other stuff mixed in there. So,
But yeah, it says
Ah.
grows from nothing but rock and dirt. So
all right. So let's see. So, what role do you think you need to be making?
I would guess.
Hmm.
I do not know. Like I said, I wish it kind of gave me a little bit more.
What? How
then-
exactly did it word again about the role?
It just says creators. What is it? It just says make a creator skill roll.
So it's a knack skill roll, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So however many dots you have in that knack.
Well, that'd be 4.
Well,
So
not
4 there.
Not necessarily. Like when I'm doing doppelganger, my knack skill roll to make a doppelganger is presence and subterfuge.
Well, that was-
Because trickster calling uses subterfuge, and then I'm forcing my presence onto the world to make a copy of myself.
oh, that's
So-
the thing. When I read it, I don't remember it giving me anything.
So when you read your knack, like for healer, I need medicine. So
It's in your creator. It's in the creator tab. They'll have like skills associated with it. I think this would be a fun way to use integrity, though.
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
I think that may be a different meaning for integrity than what they were intending. But
You know what I mean.
Mm-mm-mm.
all right. So,
I'm gonna look in the origins book to see if that has anything, because the hero doesn't. Vincent, I hear you, my love. Please stop
Yeah.
Why
meowing,
aren't you doing anything about it?
because he's yelling at me.
Yeah,
Also, when you see
whatever.
what skills are associated with a creator, let me know because I have some
all
creator
right.
skills. too.
Creator skills, academics, culture, technology.
Academics,
Oh,
cool.
I mean. Okay. Well, in
It
that.
would probably be one of those, and then your attribute.
Yeah.
Well, I'll happily use technology in that regard.
That'll be fine.
Okay. Maybe intellect?
Yeah, intellect work fine because you're designing. Part of
Yeah.
it is you thinking of what the design for this thing is going to be.
New system, y'all. 10 sessions in, we're still learning stuff.
Yep. Here we
Well,
go.
several of our sessions have been more heavy RP.
Woo! All right. I at least got one. I at least got the one success. So
Yeah.
After about a minute or so, yeah.
after about a minute or so, you just see what looks like a good little small fortification just out of the ground, or at least a fortified building.
When you're doing your knack, I almost said magic. When you're doing your knack, are you like inscribing runes on the ground like Nordic style?
Yeah, he's happily like taking take the time to write a few runes with his good arm right now. And just like, all right, let's see if I remember the correct wording, and go. He kind of he stands up and smiles at Connor. How's that?
What I'm picturing is you draw some runes on the ground, and then you clap your hands together and slam them on the ground,
Oh, great.
and stuff just starts rising up.
Both of his arms work though.
Ah.
We can always fix that, you know.
So, what does this building look like? What have you designed? Does it look like a miniature castle? Is it just like a stone building with, easily defensible entryways?
It combination of both. Is a stone building, but it had probably because he'd been doing too much random research and crossed over into other mythologies. He might have put a few little ramparts on the top, but for the most part,
He's
it's
just
a
Googled.
stone building with a very easily defended entryways.
Suddenly, all good has a castle.
You just Googled castle. You're like, yeah, this works. Doop.
Went to Pinterest, just looked at a Pinterest board of castle.
Yeah.
The door's inscribed says Fort Jones.
Oh God, you're right. You would.
Yeah.
Property taxes are great in this building.
There was somebody over in Arkansas that was trying to build a castle. And they ran out of funding, so it didn't get finished.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Rifts RPG, one of your major factions is based out of that castle.
Yeah.
Dwarfs rifted in, looked around trying to figure out where they were at. All right, well, clearly we've got to settle here. Oh, look, there's a half-finished castle.
Finishes the castle. It's ours now.
Basically.
So, like, especially if you play the Savage World version, that's essentially where they base you out of is that faction's area. So,
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called. So anyway, you have a small castle.
Yep.
Fort Kickass.
Vincent, no, get down. My pie.
So this should suffice for the night, right?
Yeah. That'll work nicely.
Yeah, the walls are stone. Any sort of normal beast would not be able to get through this. Now, Connor being able to do aggravated damage with his staff might be able to beat through the walls eventually.
Oh yeah.
We're technically not worried about Connor beating to the walls just yet.
You say
Are
that,
we,
and then
though?
y'all get inside and forward up, and he gets claustrophobic.
If that was the case, I would be imagining that that faux Connor is already having conniptions. If he was claustrophobic, being stuck in an
He's
attic.
fine. He's fine.
No, I know. I'm just saying, if Connor was claustrophobic, that you start to be seeing signs of the chaos.
So with the wireless technology or wireless interface, is the NAC I picked. It lets me use electronic devices hands-free, basically, equal to my NAC skill, but not NAC skill roll, just my NAC skill. So I would assume in this case it would be like technology, which I have 3 dots in.
Okay.
So I have 3 things that I could just use at will.
Okay.
One of them, as you've already seen, is my GoPro, and we'll work on the other ones at some point as we're getting there. Probably one's their phone, and probably don't have anything else just yet.
All right. So in just a few minutes, you've built your fort.
Is that a fort over there?
No, Robert's just glad to see you.
But
Anyway, I'm a little ashamed of that one, so let's just carry on.
Yeah. Let's just cruise right on past that one there.
Good effort, though, boss. Good effort.
Well, if at least once a game one of us doesn't make Sarah lower her head, it's just not a good session.
Right.
Just in spirit, I do it quite often. Don't worry.
you should see when she's DMing.
God. There's a lot of this. Just
We don't have webcams on, but I can see it. I can hear it.
You can just hear it, yeah.
Anyway,
no, you cannot tame the bullet. No, moving on.
All right. So while Robert is building the fortress, Connor was standing there talking to him. Were the rest of y'all waiting around while they did this, or were y'all going on about your business?
More or less. I don't think
Going
there's
on
anything.
about
Yeah.
because you said we could like go to 3 more houses before the sun sets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were gonna do that and then go to the fortress.
One house you come
I'll
to.
be right back.
Yeah. One house Jaden finds on the map. It marked it, even specified that it was an older couple that lived there.
Mm-hmm.
Old stone house. Very, very much an old farmhouse. Going through the house, you see where it's been busted into. There is some blood in one of the bedrooms. From the looks of it, the only bedroom that's actually used anymore. You find another survivor. She is there's a storm shelter built under the house.
Nebraska.
Tornado warnings. Tornadoes or storms.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's steps down to it. Cement block on the side. To get to the door. The whole thing is kind of up under the house. It's a fairly narrow walk down. But you hear her voice call out to you. She's like she heard you talking on the outside. And she cracks the door open and calls out.
Hi. Are you defensible in here for at least another night?
I haven't had any water.
All right.
Or my medication.
You need it.
Sasha's just gonna go up and get the. She'll go up and get the water and medication.
Is it just you or
Smoochums?
And she has smooches. I'm not worried about that.
My husband told me to run when that thing came through the window or came through the smashed. We heard something smash through the back door. He told me to run. I heard him scream, and but I locked myself in here, and I haven't heard anything else. I've cracked the door a time or two to call out to him. The next night I heard something scuffing around up there, but it may not have been. It may have been too big to get down the stairs.
They seem to be coming out at night. Just we're gonna whatever you need. You need your water. You need your medication.
you need
Are
food?
you good in here as far as food goes?
She's like, we had some canned stuff stored in here.
Okay.
I could use a blanket or something. It hadn't gotten down to freezing at night, but it's still been pretty cold.
Okay.
What?
Jaden would go. Oh well, Jaden will wait until Sasha comes back with the stuff, and then she and Spruce will go
Yeah.
get a couple of blankets and pillows and whatnot.
And considering Sasha's cold, she's like grabbing blankets.
She asks if you've seen her husband.
No.
There was
no,
an
no.
awful racket. She was she kind of figured y'all would have found his body.
We've noticed that they've been dragging bodies. So they might be taking them to a location for what we don't.
She gets pretty up. She starts getting clearly getting visibly upset about this. Not hysterical.
Sure. As we get as morning comes, we will have a van come get you. We're taking most of the residents here to Olympus.
Anywhere far away from here would be fine with me.
Of course, of course. So in the morning, the van will be here, and we'll shuttle you and whoever else is left here out. Just stay here for the evening. Keep your stuff here. Any noises you hear, don't look outside or anything.
Oh no. I didn't get a good look at it, but I saw those red glowing eyes.
We'll be back for you in the morning.
We will.
Okay, thank you. Good luck out there. I'll be praying for you.
Thank you.
You find another house. There's no signs of anybody.
And those are the three.
In this case, literally no signs. Something had busted into the house. But
Like
and there's some stuff knocked over where it was walking around, but it doesn't seem like it trashed the place. There's no blood, no drag marks outside or anything.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, let's head back.
All right. It's starting to get dark. Let's go back to the. Was that a fortress that they made on the way back? I guess we're going there.
Think so.
God. A little gaudy, but sure.
I mean, it might attract the mountain lions to us.
I don't think anyone here is going to judge our fashion sense.
I will. As they're walking.
Jaden, at this point, you realize something. Something that had been kind of nagging you in the back of your mind most of the day, and it just finally clicks with you. As it's starting to get dusky, you realize everything's been quiet. Not just there's not people around. There haven't been many birds singing. You've seen some flying around. You've seen some in trees. Even now, as it's getting dark, when usually they'd be making a little ruckus as they're, as they're settling down or the nocturnal ones are waking up. It sounds to you like when you're in the forest, and the hunters have just been firing a gun, or there's a big predator around, or it's like everything's nervous and staying quiet.
All right, let's hurry up back.
Sure.
Double
Why?
time.
Let's run back.
Why are we running?
Let's run back. I will explain once we're there.
We can run and talk. What's going on?
Yeah, you know how it's been really, really quiet?
Yeah.
Really quiet?
That's what happens when nobody's here.
No, even the animals are quiet.
Larger predator.
We gotta head back now.
You also
Sure,
haven't
sure,
seen
sure.
or heard any dogs or cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I assume those have been eaten.
All
Or
right, so
they're
y'all
hiding.
hustle back. The fortress is fully formed. All it needs is little flags flying off the ramparts. All right. How are y'all planning? What are y'all planning to do through the night? Are y'all just gonna sit up in this thing and wait, like you're waiting out a siege?
What are we planning?
What if one of us walked out there, called it a bitch, and see what happens?
Connor is going to declare a vigil and not go to sleep.
I didn't plan on going to sleep either.
So, yeah, but you might get tired.
Yeah, you might
Yeah.
actually fall asleep where, because of the vigil, he will not be tired.
Hmm.
You were woken up kind of early, Hilarious, remember?
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I got this. We've got a job to do. Auntie wanted us to do a job. We're gonna do a job. Auntie.
Got to keep Auntie happy.
Yeah.
Mm.
At least stop her from killing Dad.
She might be your great auntie.
Sure. I'm not sure how that works.
Where Artemis and Mars would be half
Siblings.
Originals.
Yeah, they're half
Yeah.
siblings. And so no, it would be aunt. No, because then, yeah, great aunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep saying great auntie. That's mouthy.
Yeah. I never called any of my great aunts great aunt. I just called them aunt, whatever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Do we wanna just walk out there, call one a bitch, and watch them pile on us? Or it's dark. They should be coming.
I mean, if we make a lot of noise.
If I don't think it's make a lot of noise. It's if only one of us makes noise, so they can think that there's only one person here. Make it look like an easy hit.
Weirdest game of phasmophobia ever.
They
Turns
were
the flashlight on.
They were attacking people with 4 or 5 in a group. It doesn't matter if it's easy or not.
If you say so. Hilarious will go. Probably
If you
up
want,
on.
I'll go out there.
I was gonna go on the rampart. Just click the flashlight on and just kind of like look around.
All right, so who all is standing up top where they can see over the wall? All right, and how tall did you make the wall, Robert?
The walls are tall enough to where I'd say, should rival Connor in height since he is the tallest.
Is it one of those castle things where there's like a little etching inside where you can like peek over?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are you talking like 8-foot walls, 10-foot walls, 15-foot walls? Keeping in mind that large cats jump pretty well. I mean, if you literally go the walls as tall as Connor, yeah, it's not that even the regular size ones would probably get over that.
We'll go with 15 foot.
Okay.
I mean, the point is to get them to jump over though, and then we beat the shit out of it.
But do you want all of them to jump over?
Yes.
It's a wave of kitties.
Those kitties, please.
And by saying these don't want cuddles.
Good grief.
It hasn't been dark for very long. Say about 7.
I actually have the flashlight on, flashing it.
And it's not real overcast. It's not a full moon, but you've got some moonlight. And with the power out in the town, there's no light pollution, and there's
So
nothing
the stars
around
are
this place
nice
for
and
miles.
bright outside.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's eyes adjust pretty quick, and you can't make out a ton of detail, but y'all can see pretty well.
I will like wirelessly send a text to Samuel, just be like, we found a place to hold up for the evening. We're gonna be okay. Worst comes to worst.
Now, that means you can use your phone without having to touch your phone.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't mean your phone's picking up a signal where there is no signal.
Fair enough. It does have to be on, and that's the only requirement. I'm still sending the text just in case.
It just keeps saying sending. But as I said, around 7 or so, we know. So it's good and dark.
Mhm.
Y'all start noticing little pairs of red lights out in the shadows. You know, a little wooded lot coming out around houses.
How many?
You've seen about 5 pair right now. All over the ground. Jaden, you would estimate probably, the regular mountain lion-sized ones.
We got about 5 or 6 small ones.
Oh, I thought you said 5 or 6 pair. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So he said pairs. I kept imagining like I imagined like 12 mountain lions just kind of running around.
No, it's about 5.
Okay.
What about the family that Phil Connor?
Are they turning into werewolves?
Are they turning into were mountain lions?
No, the family seems to be fine so far.
Okay.
It's also not in the bare moonlight yet.
The dad is peeking through the vent.
Okay, so maybe he is.
And
He
he
tells
starts
Fo Connor,
howling.
yeah, there's a couple of them, not as big as the one that busted into the house, but there's a couple of just the cat-sized ones kind of wandering around out there. He says he thinks they're circling the house.
I'll just sort of pull him away from the window and close it.
I think they know we're up here. And he says it quietly as to not let the rest of the family hear.
Yeah, probably. Animals have very good senses of hearing and smell.
Hilarious will look at the other Connor, as we're both up there, and they'll say, "Do we want to be loud to get them over here, or do we want to not be loud?"
Let's observe them first.
All right.
You start seeing them. They start moving around. At least 3 of them more or less beeline for the fort. Not running. I mean, they're approaching cautiously. The other 2 you see are checking out some of the other houses.
Spore, that's what we wanted.
But they look up. Y'all are standing on the top, so they can probably see y'all without too much trouble.
That's fine. I'll shine a light at one of them.
It looks directly at you. It growls, and then it kind of tries to shuffle out of the light.
Just keep tracking as long as it's.
While you're tracking that, when the other 2 come up, and start sniffing around the building.
That's fine. They do whatever they were gonna do.
Jaden's gonna kind of watch one of them. When they move around, she'll move around with it, just kind of keeping an eye on it. See if it does anything different than, what a mountain lion's supposed to be doing.
It's clearly trying to find a way into the fort.
Good luck, buddy.
Robert, how many doors did you put in the fort?
Not really a lot. At least 2 or 3.
Okay. Anytime it comes to a door, it starts poking around a little bit more. Yeah, it puts it does a claw, but the walls are of course stone, so it doesn't bother with those. The doors, what wood? You're the son of a dwarf. The doors are going to be metal too.
Yeah. Yeah. At the very least, stone.
I'll say if they're metal, that's claws on it. That's a very loud screeching noise.
Nails on a chalkboard.
Pretty
No,
much.
boys, no.
That's how they figure out that's how they're going to get you out. They just sit there all night long.
We can shoot them from where we are.
They'd hurt their ears more than ours, but yeah.
Yeah.
But they circle around a few times, kind of group back up. They're just up there growling. They're down there growling at you.
the one I'm tracking with the flashlight, just kind of like growl at it, and I will mouth, bring your leader. Listen, these things are doing humanoid intelligence things. I'm gonna treat it like a humanoid.
They sit there like that for an hour. Eventually, the one you
Uh-huh.
keep flashing on stops trying to avoid it. I mean,
Mm-hmm. It just gets used to the light.
You hear at one point you hear some gunfire, but way off in the distance. You know, it's a clear night, not real windy, so it's a very still night.
Yeah.
Still bothering that cat. I'm just like, bring your leader, so we can mess him up.
An hour or so after they've set up their vigil on you, you hear
Reverse
growling from across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And where a couple of them watching you kind of had still seeming hostile, had gone into kind of a cat lounging around kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like they all snap, not like military attention, but they all get up on their legs, they all get up on their feet, and they're all,
Yeah, the boss is here.
heads are kind of lowered, kind of submissively. And you see two much larger eyes glowing across the street.
I think that's our target.
Possibly.
This thing, you can tell it probably started out as a mountain lion like all the rest of them. But its canines are very oversized at this point. It's got a real saber-toothed cat look to it.
Mm-hmm.
The teeth probably aren't quite as big as an actual saber-tooth were, but its overall body proportions are pretty close to that, though.
Turn the GoPro back.
It's got the unnatural red eyes. It's got kind of the foaming out of the corners of its mouth. But the coloration and stuff is still mountain lion. It comes up and sniffs around like the other ones did. When it runs its hand down the door, you can tell it's leaving a little bit of damage in the door. It's not like it's going to cut through anytime soon, but it's leaving actual scratch marks.
Okay.
It slams its shoulder up against the door a few times, just testing it. Walks around, does that to all the other doors.
You're not getting through, kitty.
Please don't taunt the cat.
What's it gonna do? Jump over?
Probably!
That's what we want it to do.
Is it really?
Yes. If it's doing this here, it won't do that to the other places. It is quadrupedal, right? Not bipedal.
Yes, it is walking around like a large tiger.
Okay.
And you're in luck. You made the walls 15 foot high. The vertical leap record for a tiger is 12 feet.
But this is a big ass cat.
Oh, that's a good point that I hadn't thought of.
I'm
not trying to murder us, but they are bigger than average cats, so
Yeah.
that has been mentioned several times.
See, Connor's seeing the big one. He's just gonna. His staff is behind him as he extends it, just ready, just in case.
It does get back. It takes a couple of running leaps trying to get, trying to get up high enough to catch the edge.
Yeah.
But it comes about a foot short. It's probably averaging, 10 and a half feet in its leaps. Because like the other ones, it's it's the size I told you, but it also seems to be very muscled up. Very dense.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it keeps Lion King in itself on the very top of the rampart, like
It gets close. It gets
Char!
close.
brother.
It's definitely the claws aren't sinking fully into the stone, but it's definitely trying to get some purchase. And then you just hear it as it slides back down.
Just looking over. You are bored, aren't you? Yes, it's probably a giant rabid mountain lion, but
Looking at the big one, does it ping with anything magical?
No, it has no magical objects.
Cool. Just double checking that.
Looking at the mountain lion, does it have any weird markings?
Nothing specific. I mean, you can pick out some stuff, like you could any mountain lion, certain things in its coat that would let you recognize it if you saw it later. But as far as any kind of, as soon as anything unnatural looking or unusual looking, just the red eyes and the oversizedness of it.
I will get the phone, just hold it up like that. I know it's not working in Wi-Fi, but it can still take a picture.
Oh, absolutely.
Just kind of like snap and flash a picture.
Okay, the cats
Just
don't
to get a
react
good
to it.
picture. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to get a good picture of the big one.
Well, you could always turn the phone on and be recorded.
I could be, but I have this going.
Oh, that's right. You've got the GoPro.
Put it back. Besides, I need to. I've been places where there's no electricity. This thing needs to survive. The GoPro, I'm not so worried about.
So it sniffs around and messes around and tries to climb the castle for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns around and just leaves.
You're gonna let them leave? They're gonna go to someone else's house that isn't as defensible.
Well, the three smaller ones are staying.
That's fine. I want
Jaden
big ones.
will notch an arrow and attempt to shoot at the big lion.
Okay.
Lion, tiger, or whatever.
Bear, whatever it is.
Man,
Lion,
bear,
tiger.
plague.
Is dexterity or stamina?
Let's say dexterity for this one.
Probably stamina if you were holding a shot for a while.
It's not running away; it's walking away. So
One success.
You're using a ranged weapon as a ranged weapon, so that's another success.
Yep.
So that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your arrow kind of goes ping.
Does
off to one
Jaden
side.
still have that +2 enhancement from earlier?
How long does that last?
We made it up. We never really.
I would probably say for a scene, and this would be a different scene than when y'all are exploring the houses.
Sure. We have it in combat. We don't have it outside of combat.
So yeah, the arrow just seems to kind of ping off of it. I mean, it doesn't make a literal ping noise or anything, but
Try it again. That was good. Platismos.
it does turn around and kind of roar at you when you did that though. You gonna take a second shot?
Yeah.
All right, fire away.
Oh! 8 successes.
All right.
That is a deed done for the day. Short one at least.
All right, so it's got a defense of 3. So that knocks you down to 5 successes. Let's see. It's got 2 hard armor, which means you have to spend 2 successes to do any damage to it.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
8, 5, 2. You still have 3 left over to play
Isn't
with.
that soft armor? I think hard armor does something different.
Soft armor adds to the defense.
No, I think you got that backwards. I think hard armor is the defense. Soft armor increases the difficulty to inflict damage.
So you have soft armor.
Yeah, usually it's a 0 to inflict damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
So now it takes 2 successes to inflict damage.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's two. Okay.
So,
But arrows do piercing damage.
Yes.
Invulnerability to cutting or piercing weapons.
Oh, fantastic. We're learning so
just
much
a-
about this cat.
So this one, you just drilled it, and you see it hit, and the arrow breaks.
no luck.
You saw what I saw, right?
I mean, yeah. That was
yeah,
a good shot.
That's not promising.
It's not gonna hurt it.
We are so fucked.
Do give me a... Yeah. Should this be a roll, or should I make y'all remember it?
I mean, you can quiz us and then see if any of us roll well enough to remember.
You can absolutely make it both. You can do that.
That is a thing, yeah.
Think back to a
You have the
conversation you've had
power.
earlier in the day.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
With the guy
I'll-
with the shotgun.
I'll look at Jade and be like, aim for the face.
It's walking away.
Is it so walking away?
We have its attention now that we dinged it.
The first time you shot it, it turned around and roared at you, and then once it turned back, it started walking again, and you shot again, it just ignored you at that point.
Yeah, it's not looking at me. I can't get the face from the behind.
Hey, Connor, can your staff reach that far?
How far away is it?
It's across the street by this point.
Is it more than 30 meters away?
More than 30.
If
It
not,
would-
it's getting there.
It would be right at 30 at least.
Alright, since I don't like this walking off, I'll just hold the staff, aim it, and just extend it.
Alright, give me a roll.
Alright.
You can reach just far enough to smack it on the rear.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that's another 2. Alrighty.
They know what they're about. This is what they signed up for.
Yeah, Windows.
Support class.
Four
Alright,
successes.
9 successes total.
Okay.
Bonk right in
Its
the butt.
defense is 3, so that drops you down to 6.
This
Okay.
is bludgeoning and aggravated.
Critical damage to the butt.
Yeah, this is bashing damage, and it's also aggravated. Magical. Aggravated magical bashing damage.
And see, does aggravated skip past heavy armor? Or hard armor, I should say.
Let me double check.
I know there's something hinky about it.
Extreme horny.
I know
wonk.
with mortal stuff, it doesn't heal back.
Aggravated damage cannot be healed except through magical means,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. But let me pull it up. Weapon text. Weapon deals grievous magical damage. Aggravated injury conditions are things like burned off completely and melted flesh, and can only be healed by magical abilities.
Okay. So it doesn't do anything to its hard armor, so you get 9 successes, it had a defense of 3, so that gives you 6 left to play with.
Injury and 2 criticals.
Okay. So it takes 2 of them to injure it.
Did that get its
6.
attention?
2 to do an injury to it, and that would leave you with 4 then, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would leave me with 4, wouldn't it?
So you can
So
do
then
you
one
can
critical.
do injure it and do 1 critical to it.
You said it had hard or is it hard armor or soft armor that it has?
Hard.
It has 1 soft and 2 hard. The
Oh,
soft
okay.
is already factored into its defense, I believe.
No, it's the hard factors into the defense. The soft increases the difficulty of the inflict injury stunt. So it costs me 1 success after going through its defense to inflict injury.
Okay.
So I would have 5 left over after inflicting the first injury.
So 3 of those will give you a crit, and then you have 2 to play with.
Right, and then I'll have 2 to play with.
All right, so that is 1 wound for
Trip
normal,
it.
Knock it.
a
knock it
second
on its ass.
wound for crit.
I will trip it,
Okay.
and then the staff just back into his hand. As it looks like, effectively, kind of looks like from the quick extent, it's sort of like a jet of fire just.
Considering how dark it is, the stone doesn't show up very good, but the kind of magma running through it does.
Mm-hmm.
It gives a very loud, surprised cat noise. I'd say a
Yeah, I
yelp.
know
but
that
that's
voice.
not
Where are
so.
you?
Mm.
And then it hits the ground and starts, scrambling to get up.
Just grapple it against it like that with their stab.
No, I've retracted that back. It's not
Yeah,
grappled.
yeah. That would be.
I really don't want to have a tug of war with a giant cat. I'm good. I'm not on the ground.
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm on top of a wall. I'm not on the ground, which means I can be moved effectively. Tension
Uh
tokens.
huh.
2
Yeah.
tensions
Spending
are
2
used.
tensions.
Uh huh.
Connor, what is your
Go.
defense?
My defense is a 1.
Alrighty then. You take an injury as an arrow comes out of the darkness.
React. Can I take any reaction?
I will reflexively activate Skin Like Stone. So it has to do 3 successes to 4 successes actually to actually inflict any damage to me.
Okay. He did not get 4 successes.
So
So the arrow hits you and breaks. About like Jaden's second arrow did against the mountain lion.
Upon seeing that, Sasha is activating and forcing the boundary.
Okay.
So I have 1 legend imbued.
And Jaden's gonna look to see where that arrow came from.
Yeah, also same.
Y'all trace it over. It's on the same side of the street as the diner, because y'all are on the side. The fort was built on the side of the street that the docks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not as far down as the diner.
All right.
All you really see is the silhouette of someone. By the time you're looking, he or she has taken the shot, and they've turned. It's like they've turned and are dropping off the back of the house. So,
All right, then.
cloak, hood, and looks like antlers.
That's an interesting silhouette.
It is an odd silhouette.
Getting great footage here.
Has the cat gotten back up?
Oh yeah, on its turn, it gets up and scrambles off.
Okay.
Like takes off.
Yeah, now it's running.
Now it's running scared. Okay.
Well, it's pretty much what
Yeah.
any predator would do.
Oh, I'm beaten.
I can't reach it, and it hurt me. It's time to go.
Mhm.
Uh huh. think the hunters are trying to, or I think the hunted is trying to become the hunter again, or however that goes.
So anyway, Jaden, your best guess. You know, it's hard to tell because you just saw it turn around a couple quick steps down. But you're, other than the antler part, man-sized, 5 foot, 6 foot, you couldn't really tell given the distance and it being all shadowy and with the hood pulled up.
Should I give chase? I'm fairly certain they can't outrun me.
Are you able to?
Yeah,
Are you able to track if it gets away?
that no.
Well, it's 9 o'clock though, so we're gonna wrap right here.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody just
'Cause-
pinged an arrow off of you, turned around and hopped off the building. And the big lion, mountain lion, has run off.
Running like a scalded dog.
As I am now attacked by a small one.
Yeah.
He must defend the honor of his people.
Sounds like something Scully would do.
All right. So next week we will carry on with the
The hunt.
The hunt.
Well, I was thinking about calling it the Siege of All Good, since y'all are forward to that. But I
Yeah?
think y'all are probably going to be breaking out of the siege almost immediately. Unless y'all wait till the next day. Whatever y'all want to do.
We
All
can
right, so
discuss
we're going to
that
wrap
within
up
the week.
here. Let's see. We don't have
Something
anything
here.
going on tomorrow. Thursdays haven't started back yet, have they?
Not till next month.
Okay, they're taking off next month. So nothing there. Stolen Cities is still going on, though, I believe, on Saturday. Heath and Otter, I believe, are still doing Baldur's Gate this Monday.
Yeah. They're co-oping Baldur's Gate 3.
And then, of course, we'll be back on Tuesday. Decca, what's happening next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, not tomorrow, I will be running a one-shot called You Awaken in a Strange Place. You need... I am still looking for 2 more people who want to join. All you need is something to write with, something to write on, and 2d6. And you can play. You can DM me on Discord. My name is Decavolti on Discord, and you'll see a lot of fun emojis next to my name. And I'm also opening it to the you people here that are playing with me today.
So he
My
needs,
schedule next week.
So he needs 2 more players. He doesn't care. Clearly, he doesn't care where he gets them from.
Oh
Yes,
no,
clearly
yeah.
he doesn't
I have 1 person who is new to Dire Bear. That was my quota. I wanted 1 new person to be to join the Dire Bear family, and I
Yeah.
did that.
After
so
that, it
now
doesn't matter. You
anybody
just
else.
need numbers.
Yeah. Well, it's a 4-player game, plus including the GM.
I mean,
So
I
I
am
still need
off
3
next
players.
Wednesday.
If you want to play, we can talk.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm off, so why not?
Sure.
Behold, the numbers increased.
So now I only need 1 more person.
Your hand touches the beacon.
Well, I'm glad we're able to help you out there.
I appreciate it.
So anyway, goodbye to anybody out there watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed running.
Yeah.
We will see y'all next time. After the Finn screen comes up, hang around a second, and I'll rerun the intro in case you got it cut off at the beginning. Other than that, see you
Right,
next
y'all.
week.